Welcome to the Geriatric Millennials. I'm Jayme.
And I'm Beth.
And we're the Geriatric Millennials, the youngish, oldish ladies.
Talking about what annoys us.
Oh, yeah.
Also what the kids call the icks. So that's what's been popular recently is to share your icks.
Call it icks?
Like what gives you the icks? Like,
how did you even find that out?
Because I'm on the TikTok.
Oh,
yeah.
I have kids, actual kids. They've never said that.
Well, ask them what their icks are and they'll tell you. Like,
okay.
It's kind of like the yucks. Like what,
I will.
what
I mean, I know it makes
yeah.
sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what it means. But I'm like, why?
Like a thing. Yeah.
Why are we calling it
What
that?
are your icks? Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
All right.
A big popular one is like, what are your icks when it comes to dating? Like one of the people I heard like, oh, I don't like it when girls are wearing heels and they trip a little bit. That's an ick for me. Like, can't be with you now. And I was like, oh, cool.
Like a guy said that?
Yeah. And like, oh, you know what my icks is telling people I have a podcast because that's embarrassing. It feels so awkward. Like, do you want to listen to my podcast? So apologies to everybody that I've said that to. But we're talking about things in our 40s as we go through this journey of midlife crisis March. What annoys us?
Yeah.
Like I have a long list, honestly.
Great, because mine's kind of short. So I think I'm gonna agree with a lot of yours.
Yeah.
I just couldn't think of very many. You know what mine was?
What?
Just that I have less F's to give. Which isn't even something that annoys us.
No, that's something we celebrate.
Like, exactly. I'm like, why did I write that? I just have less F's to give.
Yeah. No,
whatever.
that's good. Okay.
I want to hear yours.
Okay. So the thing that really gets me is main character energy people. People that think that they're the main character.
I thought that's what you said that I was.
Okay. There's a difference. You definitely pull focus at times, but in a good way. So somebody that's just main character, somebody that has main character energy is someone that happens for naturally. People that try to like be main character people don't. They're just trying to have that energy. So for example, like they're the person at the concert that's like singing the loudest, like trying to like sing over the person that is on stage.
Oh.
They're like that person that's trying to like create these like magic movie moments, but they're forcing it. And so it's just annoying and irksome.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Are you around people like that sometimes?
Yes. Well, and I see a lot more of it online, but just like, yeah, I'm around people that like that are just trying to like, I don't know, be the best at something. And it just comes off so cringe because it's just it feels so forced. Like, I don't like that forced energy of like, it's just annoying to me.
Yeah.
Like, why are you trying so hard?
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah. Pick me behavior energy too is kind of up there as well.
Okay. Let me just preface.
Yeah.
If you have not listened to our What the Kids Are Saying, for all you geriatric millennials out there listening, that could be a helpful episode because Beth is well-versed in what the kids are saying and she's using some of those things right now.
I use slang.
There we go.
Current slang.
Current slang. Okay.
Yes.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yes. So
Please remind me what that means.
So pick me as someone that is like, it's like, to me, I think back to like the girls in like college and high school that were trying to be like, I'm not like other girls. Like I'm with the guys. Like I watch football and I'm not doing my nails. Like they try to just be like, get whoever they want to choose them by usually putting down other women or things that they deem outside of what that person would think is cool.
Okay.
So pick me behavior.
Yeah.
And just like, or people, and also pick me can be behavior is just try hard. It's like people that are trying so hard to like be in your crew or your club or with your ladies. Usually that's me. Cause I'm like, hey guys, let's be friends. Cause I think
you
you're
know yourself.
one girl. Yeah. But it's just that energy of like, look at me.
Like, I don't think that you have that energy.
No, I don't. Definitely not. And if somebody disagrees, you're wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that energy of just like, ugh,
okay. Yeah.
It's just gross to me.
Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. It's just too much. The other thing that's been getting me lately are people that tailgate, like right on your butt.
Oh, I'm like, you mean at a sporting event?
Isn't it called tailgating when they ride your butt on the highway?
Well, I thought tailgating was when you're like at a sporting event.
I'm probably using the wrong words.
You have, you're probably right.
Tailgating
probably
is
old school, like, and then you eat food and you drink beer.
Yeah, that's tailgating.
While you wait for the game to start.
But what do you say when somebody's riding your butt on the highway?
They're riding your tail.
Okay. Whatever. Okay, everybody knows what I mean. So the last few days,
you are cracking me up.
I have driven home from work. There has been somebody in like
somebody riding your tailgating you.
No. I feel like tailgating is not the right word.
It's not. Somebody is riding your tail.
They're riding my butt to the point where it's causing me so much anxiety because I'm having to calculate in my head.
What do you do? Do you slam the brakes? Do you tap the brakes? What do you do to get them off?
No, I've been having to calculate in my brain to leave enough space with the car in front of me. So when they're stopping short, I at least have a little bit more give. The person behind me doesn't care. Like I've tapped my brakes. I don't brake check or anything because I don't want to whatever. And I'm not going to flip a bird because people are insane nowadays. They will literally like follow you and hurt you. And like, I've seen too many videos of people like following people home and then yelling at them. And I'm like, I don't know what will happen to either one of us if that situation goes down. But I just cannot take these people just riding me. Like it gives me so much anxiety because then the whole time I'm just trying to like.
You got to switch lanes. You got to get away from them.
It's like wall to wall traffic when I'm driving. So it's not an easy.
So everyone's tailing everyone.
Well, no, but like there's not enough space to like get over and then get back. And it's just a whole thing.
It sounds very stressful.
It's so stressful. And then I hate them, but I don't hate, but I freaking hate them.
Yeah.
And I'm like getting all amped up in my car and I'm like, give me some space.
Yeah.
I just need space. And they're like, ma'am, first of all, we are not auditioning for a melodramatic soap opera. But that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Hate it. So it just gives me the icks. People that do that give me the icks. I've ridden in cars with people that drive like that. It gives me the icks. Like, I don't want to be. I'm annoyed now.
Oh, hey, there's mine.
What?
Driving in cars with people that are driving.
That are bad drivers?
And they don't brake soon enough.
It's like, what are you doing? Like, like that feeling and you're like pushing down the brake and holding for dear life. You're like, what are you doing?
Like, please hit the brakes already.
Also, like this is like beyond annoyed. This is like a turnoff. Like when I've been driven somewhere by a gentleman caller and they like are
sorry for laughing.
but they're like speeding really fast or driving like very like in a way that makes me feel unsafe. Immediately no, because it's like, listen, you're supposed to treat me like a gem. And you don't just like let a gem, fall over the bridge because you're driving recklessly. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, hate it. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I have so many things, Jayme. I feel bad because I'm going to just start going on a rant.
No, it's okay. I like it. I went at it from a different angle. So I'll share mine after.
Okay. Another one. People that overshare. Now, I love a good story. And I do love it when people talk about their stuff, because it's entertaining. But there's a point when I don't know you very well and you tell me something that is mildly horrific or
too much information
or, oh my gosh, there was this podcaster and he like showed a picture of his own poo on Twitter and they were having a big discussion about it. And
why?
Thankfully, like
Do you have parasites? Why would you do that?
Because it looked like something gross. I don't know. But I just remembered like it turned me off and I never really went back to watching and listening to his podcast again. And I had been like a follower for so long, which is fine. Like whatever, like he's like super famous and whatever. But just stuff like that. I have had acquaintances before share intimate details of their life after just meeting them. Like I do not need to know that much about your vajayjay. Like
no, you really don't.
We just met. That's too much. And also stuff that's like secrets. Like I had somebody like tell me something that felt like such a secret. I'm like, we haven't built trust like that. And now I have this thing that I really want to share with someone else because it is shocking. I'm shocked.
Can you give me an example?
No, because they would know. Well, let me see if I can think of an example.
Like what's shocking?
So like people telling me about their drug use or things like that. People sharing about like their sexual escapades in town and the different types of communities that they're in here.
Whoa.
That I didn't even know existed.
Really? Like what?
Like, like swingers in our area and things like that. Or
so some swingers?
I'm giving examples that are vague. So there's that.
Okay, I know, but now I'm so curious. That kind of stuff.
Like somebody's like, I'm a part-time dominatrix. Or I've had like people that I know have OnlyFans and it's weird.
What's a dominatrix?
Like the people that do S&M, like, like they
with like whips and handcuffs
that can be part of it, or just
or what?
There's other ways to do it too. Like there's financial domineers. I don't know if that's the right term, where they have their submissives have to do certain things, or they're gonna like I don't know, Jayme. It's gonna make me. I don't know the whole world, but there's just
I wasn't totally sure of the definition of that word, but I think I know what you're talking about.
I saw somebody once on social media, and they were like a coworker, and they were really into like leather play, and so they were a leather baby, and I was like, oh. And it's like, you do you. Like I didn't bother me, but I was just like, but now I know, and now I see what work, and I want to be like. I know.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's so creepy.
Okay.
I get annoyed with energy vampires. Do you know what an energy vampire is?
Somebody who sucks your energy?
Basically, yeah. It's like those people in your life that like you get around and they just pull. It's so draining to be around them, because you're just like, you leave the interaction like, oh my gosh.
You need to have some good boundaries, those people.
Huge. Yeah, very. I went to lunch with somebody once that I kind of knew they were an energy vampire, but not really. And my battery was already low.
You regretted that choice?
I had to go home and take it like a full on, like 3-hour long nap.
Yeah. Did you ever go for lunch with them again?
Never.
Good job.
So I'm not a big fan of braggers.
Okay.
That gives me the icks. Like, even a humble brag can sometimes be gross. Like, I don't know, just annoying.
Do you think these are all relative to being in your 40s, or have these always all annoyed you?
So some of these have always annoyed me. Some of these are new, like the people tailgating, aka riding your tail on the highway.
Yeah.
That's a new one.
That's new.
That's new. That's like, oh, I can't handle this.
Yeah.
The oversharers is new.
Okay.
I don't want to keep anybody's secret. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if we're not that close. Like I just don't want to.
It's so interesting. Some people doing it that way, and then other people putting their secret out into the world for all the internet to see. And then you're like, well, it's not a secret, but like I know, and it feels like it should be. Yeah. Anyway,
it's like I don't want. Yeah. This has really like got me in recent years is not everything is for you. It's people that think everything's for them. So if somebody's talking on the internet, they respond back to that person like they're talking to them in a way that's like, well, I disagree about blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, this isn't for you. Like this space wasn't created. Like I'm a woman talking about women's issue and you're a dude coming in and mansplaining. Like this wasn't for you. Yeah. Or just like, when Black History Month was here, I was at the Target and they had like a big display and I was looking through the stuff and there was some people there that didn't seem to appreciate it. And I was just kind of like, it's not for you. Like you don't have to comment on it. You can just walk away. It's not for you. There's a whole lot of that happening right now. It's like, guess what? This is just not for you. So just go about your life and it's fine. It's not hurting anyone. It doesn't impact you in any way that is meaningful. Like let it go. Right. And kind of going along with this is that I'm putting this out there right now. One of my biggest icks is people that use me to prove that they're not racist. Oh gosh. So they'll say, and I don't know who's doing this, but I know it's been done. It's like, somebody gets caught up in something and they're like, well, I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist. My friend Beth I have a black friend named Beth.
I have a black friend.
Yeah. So I'm telling you right now, if you've ever thought in your head or told someone like, I have a black friend in referring to me, no, we're not friends. And never use me again. Or if you're like, oh, I knew a black person growing up and you refer to me, no, stop immediately. Immediately. So yeah, those are like my biggest annoyances. And a lot of the stuff is like, I probably wouldn't have been as comfortable talking about when I was younger.
Oh, that makes sense too.
Because of the backlash. Not that anybody is going to backlash, but just the people of like, when you're like, oh, that makes me uncomfortable. And then people are like,
Yeah. I like it when you imitate people.
It's just,
I love your face right now too.
Well, my gosh. I'm just having a flashback of something that recently happened with me being black and somebody like having to like.
That is just not cool.
It was just really annoying. Anyway, one day we'll talk about it and then I'll let all of that dirt fly.
I do want to do that. I think that would be really good.
Anyway, so those are the things that I have found annoying in my 40s that are outside of myself. I mean, I have many more things that are like just about the state of being in the 40s, but.
Right. I think that's kind of
the
angle that I approached it. And I did, make a couple of notes of the things that like, oh, now that I'm in my 40s, like this is annoying. Like micro injuries, for example, being stiff after sitting for some time, my knees, things like that I'm like, why is everything cracking right now? Like why are my legs stiff? Yeah. And why is my muscle sore from carrying in a grocery bag? Yeah. Those kind of things. Yeah. Super annoying. But then I was also thinking about, this is a very random example. This is something that annoys me, is that when I stay at a hotel, they don't have enough pillows. I always have to ask for more pillows.
I mean, yeah.
Every time. I'm like,
how many pillows do you need, Jayme?
I need at least 3 just for me.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not, no shame.
Right?
I have 6 pillows on my bed. Yeah.
I will say though, that we did recently stay at a hotel and I knew it was coming, right? I was like, there's not gonna be enough pillows. And we got in super late. And even though Tony had put in the request for more pillows in advance, I just assumed they wouldn't be there because they never are. So I asked for more pillows like right at the front desk as we check in. The guy hands me a stack of pillows.
Nice.
For me to carry up. And I'm like,
Perfect.
fine, that's great. At least I have them. Show up into the hotel room, open the door. There is a giant stack of pillows in the hotel room
They probably
already. And I was like, what? The one time they're actually there.
Yeah.
So we literally had so many pillows that there was a stack of pillows on the floor that we weren't using because there were so many pillows.
That's kind of amazing.
It was amazing. And it was actually, they were really
nice
comfortable.
pillows, yeah.
They were great.
Mm.
It was a pineapple hotel.
Mm.
Have you heard of those?
Do you know what pineapple means?
It's a fruit.
So pineapple.
What are you going to tell me?
Pineapple is a sign or a symbol, I guess. Like, so people will have like
What are you
pineapple
going to tell
flags,
me?
and it's like a symbol that they swing or something like that. So
I don't think that's what this hotel
I don't
means.
think that's hotel means, but it just made me giggle that you were at the Pineapple Hotel with all your pillows, and the front desk is like, okay, they're gonna get frisky tonight.
We were there with our 3 kids in the same room.
Yeah,
Beth, what?
I'm sorry.
Now I'm questioning.
No, it wasn't that. I'm sure.
I mean, it could be, but probably not.
No,
Beth,
maybe there's like
they had
cruise ships you can
pineapple
go on.
cookies.
Yeah,
They had no.
I think it's fine if it's that.
Why do I not know these things? Why am I so naive compared to you?
I'm out here in the streets.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's kind of the extent
The
of my
pillows
list.
is like, that's a legit one. Like,
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. I think one thing that's annoying too now is that like the fear of being called a Karen when you just are trying to get basic customer service. Like you're not being demanding or whatever. But I was at the bookstore the other day and I had seen online, they were doing a sale. Buy one, get one 50% off in store and online. Okay, I have a bunch of gift cards. I decide to leave my house. I print the gift cards out because I'm that old and I didn't want to have to try and find them on my phone. And so I go to the mall, which is already horrific. So I go to the mall and I go into the bookstore and I'm looking around and I knew I wanted to get one book that I knew was on the list of the books that you could get for half off. And I'm looking around though and I'm like, there's no signage, and usually they have like a sign if there's a sale or something.
Right.
And so there's a younger person that's just like manning the desk. There's nobody there. I walk up, I'm smizing. My eyes are bright. I have a cheery disposition. I have one book. I'm like, hi, I was just wondering, is the buy one, get one sale going on here or is it only online? And they looked up at me like I was a raging Karen and we're just like, only online. We don't do it in store. Yeah. I was like, okay, thank you. And I walked away like, okay. So then I went home and immediately just ordered all the books and then, had them delivered.
That was kind of a waste of your time.
It was a waste of my time, but it was like, it made me realize like one of the things that's annoying now is because so many people have such bad behavior, it's hard to just bring stuff up like customer service wise that are like real issues. Like,
right.
Like if that was my employee,
That was
I
just
would have
a
been annoyed.
simple,
Not that I was trying to
legitimate-
call the manager or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just like that fear of like speaking out because it's like, oh, my order's wrong or whatever, because you don't want somebody to start recording you. And now you're TikTok famous for being, the Quiznos Karen.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
I don't think you're in danger of that.
I do. I see it coming. Except I heard this thing where it's like, they say that Karens are boomers and that like each generation should have their own name, and like the Gen Xers that act a certain way, they want to, or people are saying we should be the Heathers, which makes sense because of the movies at that time. And then I was thinking about, what would the like, millennials or like elder millennials, geriatric millennials, like version of Karen be?
Did you think of one?
I think it might be Sarah or a Katie. Maybe something like that.
Okay.
Sorry if those are your names. It's not me. It's just the universe.
Chances are there's a high percentage.
I was thinking about names that were really popular, during those times where, because that's what it is. It comes down to, popular. Karen was a really popular name. I feel like Jessica for like millennials that are like, younger millennials might become one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So again, if those are any of your names, no hate to you. It just, it is the universe is calling.
I know.
And your name has come up. So, so yeah, anyway. Yeah, I have lots of gripes about the world, but it's like, what are you supposed to do?
I know. You know what? As I was thinking about this, one of the things that I thought of was that in this season of my life, as I've gotten older, I do feel like I have less patience for some things, but I also, at the same time, feel like I have more patience for some things too. Does that
totally make sense?
Because I have less patience for dumb stuff, but I feel like I have more patience for, or I'm more accepting of people's pain or their
more compassion.
Just like, I guess maybe more compassion or empathy of like why they're doing things or why they have certain behaviors or just, I don't know, maybe I feel like I'm wiser.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And not as quick to just be like
annoyed and blow it off.
I mean, I say that right now, but in the moment, I'm sure it just depends on the moment.
I've never seen you be super.
It did occur to me like, yeah, I feel like a lot of things annoy me, but also things that used to annoy me, I don't care as much now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, it doesn't really annoy me as much anymore because I don't care. I'm not going to give it the energy to be annoyed. I'm just going to be like, whatever. I don't even care.
You've grown.
I guess.
I have not.
Is that what it is?
Because I'm like, as you're talking, like, you know what else really grinds my gears is when I order food and at like a place where you just order the food. There's no server or anything like that. You pick up the food and then there's a tip line. And I'm like,
oh yeah, what's up with that?
Like, what's up with that?
Like, what am I tipping for?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't do anything.
But then
extra.
And then the person's like looking at you and you're like,
you feel the pressure?
Yeah. And then I'm like,
is that a new thing? I know. I'm like, why do you need a tip? You literally did nothing.
You did the base.
That
like,
is,
I don't know.
Service wise.
Yeah. So it's just weird stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jayme, I'm glad though that you're to a place where
more zen,
more,
I'm not
more relaxed.
It just was a thought that occurred to me because I was like, I feel like there's things that.
I'm sorry, I had another one.
Go ahead.
I went to a local Sephora. First of all, I was very excited because I didn't realize we had a Sephora here.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's a Sephora here.
I know there is. What do you mean you didn't realize that?
I didn't realize because we had one in the old JCPenney.
Yes, but no, there's like
an moved out. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know. So it's
been there a while.
I don't go to the mall. I shop online.
Okay.
And I don't leave my home. Anyway, so
I love that Sephora.
No, I go in there. It was the jankiest Sephora I've ever been in.
Oh, well, that's the only one I really know.
Trashed. Like, stuff was not stocked and it was like dirty and like,
what?
I couldn't believe, like, I was kind of shocked because it was not it. I've never been in a Sephora that is less maintained. And I was so disappointed because I usually, and it's a tiny Sephora.
Was this just right after an event or something?
It was recent. I have no idea. I don't think so. But I'm walking through and usually I love to walk through Sephora and just look at stuff and like smell things. And no, I was like, get me out of here. And then I couldn't, like the thing that is the irk, that was just an annoying, like me being whatever. But it's like when people use the samples and the testers and they just destroy them at the places and they like make them all dirty and gross. And you're just like,
kids coming in there doing that?
I don't know.
Why?
I wouldn't blame just kids because there's a lot of people that are just gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're a gross person. Actually, sorry.
Stop being gross.
Just stop being gross. Like, don't put your mouth on things that they shouldn't go on.
Right?
Like, did you see in Japan, they had like a big controversy because they have like the conveyor belt sushi places. And there was these young people that were doing these like pranks where they were, as the sushi was like going by, they were like licking it and doing stuff. Yeah.
No,
so
I didn't
they had
see
to
that.
they had to stop doing in this area or whatever. They had to put a moratorium on doing the conveyor belt because people were acting a fool. And I'm like, that is so annoying to me. Like, don't act a fool. Like, I'm all about kids and young people and teens like having fun and getting into shenanigans, but not at the cost of my sushi.
No,
you know
I'm
what I
shaking
mean?
my head right now.
Like, absolutely not. If that makes me a Sarah, that makes me a Sarah.
Hey, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to support our show, you can share episodes with your friends and family, follow us on Instagram at the Geriatric Millennials, or leave us a positive review and rating, all which help us to grow. Our theme music was created by the Finley Ghost, so check out their latest album now. Thank you so much.